Do you recall any particularly humorous or unusual events?
Yeah, I even talk about sort of a combat, slightly humorous event that I use sometimes when I'm telling stories. Typically, flying helicopters over there, as I said, would come up with bullet holes in the aircraft occasionally, and we would get shot at when we were coming out of zones. And this isn't quite humorous, but some people will smile at it. We actually had a situation where a guy I went to flight school with named Brian Wise, I still remember his name. He was in a different unit than I was, but we were flying the same helicopters, the OH-34, and they were flying out of a zone one day and took enemy fire, and the pilot looked over and saw Brian, and saw a bullet hole in the side of his helmet, blood trickling down. So he called out and said, okay, my co-pilot's been killed, I need to go to the hospital and drop him off. And so he flew back, they landed, they pulled this guy out of the seat, this guy who I went to flight school with, pulled his helmet off, the bullet falls on the ground. And the bullet, just the energy level of the bullet and the altitude all happened to meet where the bullet penetrated his helmet, basically broke his skin, and didn't penetrate his skull. So he basically came to after a few moments, and with a headache, basically. It's a super close call. I said, there's the helmet with a hole in, blood trickling down, and it looks like he's dead. And he's flying in a couple of days later. So is that humorous? I don't know. It's irony if nothing else.